News, please. Please speaking. How can I help you?
Hi there, I was wondering if you could help me. I walked into Coventry police station today.
Okay.
And I was using the internet cafe in the bus station. It seems a hacker who was sitting next to me, by the way, has stolen my YouTube, has stolen some really, really important content in terms of my downloaded YouTube videos. And it's my belief that these videos are going to be used without my permission.
Okay, what are the videos?
It's basically just videos that I've created, content that I've created in terms of the intellectual property belongs to me. It all belongs to me. Now, what's happened is the hacker has gone into the network. He's basically commandeered it, and in doing that, he's commandeered my machine, which has commandeered my external hard drive that was attached to the machine. Now, what's happened is that the videos that I've downloaded from YouTube, I've downloaded onto a public computer, but the difference is that I've right-clicked those downloads onto my hard drive. So as you can see, officer, what happens is that I have used a public computer, but the only difference is that they've never reached the desktop. I've taken the downloads straight from the computer and into my hard drive. What's happened is they've hacked my external hard drive and stolen the videos. Now, when I went to the police, Coventry Police, they turned around and said to me, let us know if anything is missing or anything actually has been stolen. Well, I've got back and I've basically plugged my hard drive in and the files have been stolen. Literally. I mean, I know it's not something you normally deal with, but this is a real crucial moment, because those files are private and are for my eyes only within my YouTube account. Now, it's my belief that individuals, malignant as they are, they've gone out of their way to hack the machine. In other words, the one that I was using. Now, I was using Terminal 11. The individual sitting beside me in Terminal 10 is the one that's more or less stole.
How do we know it's come from that terminal?
I'll tell you. Now, what was red flagging up is as you go into the settings, under networks, it turned round and it said PC10. Now, as you well know, officer, right, as soon as it says that, it means that the network that you're using, that everybody's using, he has commandeered it. So that means whoever was operating Terminal 10 at the time has externally commandeered everybody's network and is personally controlling my computer. Now, if they were doing that, then that means they were observing. That means they were monitoring, and also ultimately that means that the files that I dragged from the downloads and onto my personal drive, they've restolen them back. So I think you'll find in the intellectual property law, the files that have been stolen without my permission, and I believe are going to try to be used in unmerited circumstances, you see.
What are the videos?
They're just
so I have a bit better understanding of what's been taken.
Yeah, they're just normal videos of me speaking about a criminal conspiracy that's happening at the minute. West Midlands Police have already been told about what's been happening with me. And they've kind of sort of like recognised some elements and kind of sort of like dismissed others. But that's not for you. That's not your problem. And the fact is, officer, is that if this is police officers that have taken these videos, yeah, Obviously, you know fine well as I, they need to get a warrant in order to do this. They do, and if they haven't got I don't mind the police if it is the police, but I know it's not the police, because I know the police, obviously, it takes time to get a warrant, and nobody knew I was going to that internet cafe, so that's what makes me believe it's not the police.
What's the risk of if these videos get out into the public network?
Well, the fact is, there is no risk. You say if they get out. Somebody could copy them and put them into their YouTube, or they could use them with some kind of legal leverage in regards to what's happening with me. But the fact is that they're not entitled to those videos. You see, there's no illegal. If this person who's taken and posts them into a public forum tonight, yeah,
what could be the ramifications of that?
I really, to be between me and you, I really don't know. But if you're asking me what I believe the ramifications could be, is that they could try to be used in a legal argument against the police themselves. Really, I'm trying to protect the police in a way. I'm trying to protect the police because some of the evidence is in regards to, unfortunately, police corruption. But the fact is, officer, is that that's not for the eyes and ears of the baying public and people who've got misgivings with the police. That's for me and my own private record, you see.
Right, okay. So if these get out, it could be damaging to your reputation and the police's reputation. The police's reputation, you see, I'm trying to, what's happening, I'm trying to deal with this in a private way. I'm trying to deal with this in a very, understanding way. But the fact is, we've got to abide by intellectual law, and we've got to abide by legal law. And intellectual law says that if I use a public forum, in other words, if I use a public internet, and those files remain on the desktop, then I kind of subside, and I lose my rights to the full ownership of those. However, if they've been downloaded via the internet in a public computer, but I've taken the files, in other words, the downloads themselves, and put them onto my external hard drive, then all the public forum, in other words, the public computer, it's only being used as a transition. So therefore, they never own the rights, but the police can get a warrant. I can see where you're coming from in regards to the stolen files. So we've got that, because we're going to create an interlock for us to speak to regarding that. With the files, are they all related? Everyone what's been taken, are they all relating to police corruption?
There's 5 pages, there's 4 pages that basically have been downloaded onto the computer, and they're basically for me and for me only, and they basically, I can't tell you at this minute, but I know that within the pages there is police corruption. Now you got to remember, officer, is that they're not stealing my files to use against me, because I've not done anything wrong, I've not committed any crime. They're trying to use it against the police. That's fine. If they've got a problem with the police, then they've got to go to the High Court. They've got to go elsewhere, and so forth. But the most important thing is that they don't have legal entitlement to the files, and those files cannot be used in any legal argument without my express permission.
Okay. What's your address?
It's 26.
Yeah.
Humphreys Drive.
What's your postcode there, please?
DY10.
Yeah.
1XQ. That's obviously in Kidderminster, Worcestershire.
Right, okay.
So I was in Coventry for the day, you see.
Okay, and with the files, which police I mean, obviously, I'd have to check, but I think it's West Midlands and the Metropolitan Police Force.
Right.
But it primarily is that there is a lot of videos in regards to West Midlands Police. But the fact is, if West Midlands Police have a beef with the Metropolitan Police, there's nothing I can do about that. If they're communicado and one is not sharing information with the other, there's nothing I can do about that, officer. All I'm trying to do here is protect my right to my private content. My beef, in other words, my irregularities, you could say, with what the police have got wrong and stuff, is between me and the police. It's not for the production companies and the baying public and individuals who live in London who think they have the right to, follow me about, sit next to me in public, with public computers and steal my information. Well, which they don't have no right to, which could be used against the police and could be incredibly damaging to this country.
Okay, bear with me a moment.
Of course. Hi, yes.
Hello, sorry about that. Can I take your name, sorry?
Yeah, it's Jeff Ray. That's Geoff.
Yeah.
Surname Ray, R-E-Y.
And you was number 26, wasn't you?
26, yes.
Yeah, okay. The name of the internet cafe?
No, I really don't. But it's in the bus station. You go in the bus station and it's there, and there's obviously only one there.
So it's a bus station in Coventry?
Yeah. Obviously, Coventry officers will know what it's called.
Right, okay. So this is where it gets a bit complicated because you're off our force area for us to come and speak to you.
Yeah, of course. I can pop by tomorrow, though.
You're happy to come by tomorrow?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, the thing is, it's my content, officer, and nobody's entitled to it, and people have got to learn.
I understand where you're coming from, and we've covered that. So I appreciate that it's your content and stuff, so forth, and I know what you're worried about in that sense. In regards to the videos, what's been made, what's the content? Is it that stuff like you research off the internet, is it, or is it something what's already in the public domain, what you've talked about on the videos, or is it purely information you've gathered privately?
It's information I've gathered privately in regards to computer forensics and, other kinds of...
Computer forensics, was it?
Yeah, computer forensics. There's a whole host of things.
Okay, what time was you in the cafe today?
I got in there about 9:30, and I was in there till about...
9:30 this morning or this evening?
Yeah, 9:30 this morning till about 3 or 4 this afternoon. And what's even worse, officer, is that I'd made a video of all the websites that I'd been on throughout the day, and I'd put that on my hard drive also. But also I'd taken screenshots of of what I was saying in regards to the hacking coming from the Terminal 10. And it's just, the whole thing is just completely disappeared off my drive. They must have stole it, literally, without me even noticing.
When did you notice that they had been taken?
I'd come back, I spoke to Coventry Police, and they said to me that this afternoon, because I'd said that there'd been an interception and somebody had hacked my machine, and they unfortunately said, there's nothing we can do, but if you find out something has been stolen, then that's a bit different. And I've got home here today, I plugged my hard drive in, and the entire lot has been gone. I spent an entire day downloading my own content, and the whole thing's been stolen. a whole host of things about things I've spoke about in the past. Computer forensics, police corruption, ex-girlfriends. There's just many things. Many
is it like a blog? Is it what some of them are?
It's not really a blog. I mean, a blog is a continuous thing that it's more or less a diary, you could say.
Okay.
People have got to learn, officer, that they can't sit by my computer wirelessly hack into the machine and steal my information. They've got to learn that they can't do this.
No, I understand that. You mentioned that you've been working with the police. Is that the Met or West Mids you've been working with?
No, I haven't been working with the police.
I thought you said you spoke to the police about what you've been doing already.
No, I've spoke to West Midlands Police in the past. I said I've not worked with the police. I don't work with the police. I'm just going on about what's been happening in regards to myself. In regards to the police.
Right. Okay. So you've had is it an involvement in the police, and that's what you've been documenting from a previous incident?
No. There's been some previous incidents in the past where I've been on the backhand of misunderstandings. I've been on the backhand of what you could say a criminal conspiracy, but obviously I don't want to get into that now. And it's just basically a diary that I've been keeping of what's been happening to me, in and around me. And it's just in regards to West Midlands Police, some of West Midlands Police acting corruptly, I'm afraid. But the problem is that I'm not shouting it to the roof houses here. It's other people that are trying to get a hold of this content. Is what the problem is.
Is there anyone else who would know you had this content?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't give you an answer for that because I don't know who knows and who doesn't. What I do know is that somebody stole it today. You see, the real beef is that they've actually gone to the external hard drive to take the files by internet hacking, which is just a crime, isn't it? Sure. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Which police station would be best? Would it be Coventry where you are in Kidderminster or? Well, I'm in Kidderminster, which is Worcestershire.
I'm just trying to work out which is going to be the best station.
Snow Hill would be great.
Okay. I'm just typing up the brief circumstances as an overview now, bear with me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and when you've got home, it's actually said Terminal 10's logged on, or
No,
what has that come up as?
no. When I was actually in the internet cafe, I'd noticed it in the settings. If you go into networks, it was coming up PC10, which is basically Terminal 10, the PC next to me. Now, please don't misunderstand me, officer. It's not Windows 10. It was actually PC10.
Okay.
And it was coming under networks. So that means is that whoever was controlling PC10 had root control of everybody's internet, including mine, which is why it was telling me that my internet, my network, was coming from PC10.
Okay. How many videos are we saying that's been taken from the hard drive or
well, there was 4 pages. In other words, it was pages 52, 51, 50 and 49 that I'd managed to get done, and I'd spent all day doing it. So we're talking about it could be 15, 30, 45, it could be nearly about 70 videos, which is a huge amount that has got a lot of content and technical data, which could be very embarrassing for the British government and the police.
And these are all videos of you talking to the camera? Are they a mixture?
They're a mixture of forensic revelation, you could say. There's me talking in terms of times, dates, people, places, and testimony in regards to the past.
Okay. Are they mentioning anything about where you live or any officers' details?
Not officers' details. Not officers' details in particular, as in not officers' names, ranks, or stations that they work at, but just the constabulary as a whole.
Right.